All right, are you paying attention?
Oh, yeah, go for it, man.
You open the cash register and give them whatever their change is. And then get one of our cases and put their movie inside here.
Why do we put it inside there and not give them the cool box art?
Because we keep the cool box art.
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, because we don't want them taking it.
Yeah. Up here is our staff picks. I have a few of my own. You can put yours up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine up there. I want to give recommendations.
Yeah, just pick them off the shelf over here. Whatever you want. The phone's the big one. Answer the phone as much as you can. I know we get a little busy around here, but the phone is so important to us. People are checking in on when their rentals are due and all that kind of stuff. So please answer the phone.
Yeah, man, I'm all about that. Hey, HorrorTown video, right? Welcome to HorrorTown video.
We tone it down a little bit, you know?
Oh, too scary. I get it.
Let me help them out. Take a break. Take your lunch. I believe Randy has chili in the break room.
Chili?
Chili. Hell yeah. Come back in about 30, 35 minutes and cover me for the late shift, yeah?
Okay. Cool. Hope you didn't put any of those hard shell peppercorns. I hate those.
Hi, welcome to HorrorTown Video. I'm Lance. You're empty-handed, so let's get you started here. You're going to need a membership card. I'm sure you're looking for recommendations. We've got plenty of them, believe me. I know exactly what you're looking for, though. Okay. Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, Ghostface, Carrie, Reagan, Leprechaun, Chucky, all the greats. Go on vacation together. Slashers Paradise. But it's not the Slashers Paradise you're thinking of. No. It's not a podcast about the movies that they're in. No. In this world, they're all real, and they're all together. Slashers Paradise, Horrorthon. It's got everything you're looking for. Comedy, horror, scary stuff, all of it. I'm going to play it on the TV before you even get your membership, okay? This is a freebie for you. You don't even have to take it home. I'm going to play it for you right now, okay? So, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, get your favorite candy, and enjoy the show. The Horrorthon is about to begin.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of it.
Johnny. Welcome to Horrorthon from Slasher's Paradise. That's Danny. And I'm Lance. And Danny's singing. And we're very excited for Horrorthon, Danny.
Yes, it's almost time, kids. Be ready for the Horrorthon because it's now. It's happening right now. We're doing it, man.
We are. We're excited for Halloween. Obviously, it's October.
Oh, great freaking month. Dude.
It's all about like we talk about horror films all year long, but Halloween is something special because everyone starts watching horror films with us.
You know, somebody asked me recently, is Halloween your Super Bowl? I said, Halloween is my Halloween. Super Bowl is nothing.
Okay.
No, it's weird because like some people look for, I guess when you're a kid, you look forward to these holidays or these moments in the year. You know, it's like, you know, you associate them with school because it's on the way out, right? So you're like, as soon as you get to, I mean, gosh, you really just started school if you're starting in September. Yeah. Me, my birthday is in September, so I would just kind of be like, after my birthday, it was just smooth sailing, baby. The leaves are falling, the weather's changing, and, you know, it's a sign that, like, I don't know, there is something scary about it, which I think is always played into the Halloween movies themselves, right. And of course, just the overall feeling. Of course, that, you know, that sort of Twilight.
My God.
I feel like I'm hitting it. Ever since we've been talking about that time of day, I feel like I've been living in it or seeing it or noticing it more and more often.
Yeah. And that's what this is all about. That's what Slasher's Paradise has been about, is what do we appreciate from horror films, or what do we appreciate? You know what I love about this time of year is, especially now, is October 1st. It's like a horror movie marathon everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like Halloween, the entire series was on the other day, I think on AMC.
Yeah.
You were watching it, obviously. I was.
Yeah. But you know, it's like, it's edited, you know? So like all the good parts are out. When I say what I think what Billy was trying to say in that moment about The Exorcist being on and all those the fun or the good things were edited out, I think, you know, it's hard to edit The Exorcist, but I think for a movie like Halloween, there's not really a lot of curse words. There's no blood. Really, you're just having like a small nudity scene edited out, and that's pretty much it.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, but I love our horrorthons no matter what, and that's why we're here. We're creating a new show.
Yes.
Something that we think is going to be special. Something that I've been wanting to do forever. And like kind of a culmination of what we want Slasher's Paradise to be.
I do agree that you and I have kind of found our way and wanting to, you know, remember these times. I think most so for me, I remember USA Up All Night, and I remember the horror TV hosts like Joe Bob Briggs, who's still doing it, and Sven Gulli, Elvira, you know, just these ideas that you, especially if like you were younger and you caught it on a weekend, or if you were doing the Friday the 13th marathon, you could do it because it was Friday and it was the end of the week, at least the school week, so you could do the marathon. It was like this thing like, we're going to go through this time together that not everybody's going to be a part of. If we did like a telethon and it's like from noon to 7 p.m. Okay, everybody could probably tune in because those are normal hours. But they're saying we're going to start at one point and we're going to go through the night, through the wee hours. And it was something about like everyone else who was normal is asleep, but these people in this screen are still up with me. Yeah. You know? It was like you were going on an adventure together, and an adventure that was not like, you know, Indiana Jones or anything like that. You were an adventure for the unconventional, misunderstood people.
Yes. And that's what Horrorthon is here at Slasher's Paradise. We're creating that. Exactly what Danny just said. And Absolutely. Everything here is real. We're going to visit our favorite slashers, our favorite horror icons. We're going to take part in it starting right now. Danny, you actually sat down with one of our favorite slashers of all time, Jason Voorhees.
Yes, Lance, and I'd like to speak about that. First of all, I don't appreciate having all of my encounters with these slashers be just me. Where the hell are you at any point in time?
I am busy producing, Danny. That's what I do. This is all me. I do all the production stuff here. So you've got to get down and dirty, and you got to make the deep cuts.
I do. And I'm glad I had this opportunity, because not a lot of people get these opportunities. I'm just going to be quite honest with you guys. It is something that is a honor. something I'm never going to take for granted. Now, you have those moments of, what if you got to ask someone who you maybe idolized, maybe saw sort of like through, rose tinted glasses or whatever the hell, like someone that you saw like as unattainable or untalkable, someone that you couldn't talk to or something like that, you would never have that moment. Well, I had those moments.
Yes.
I had that moment specifically with Jason, and I asked him, I didn't pull any punches, Lance.
You really didn't.
No.
And neither did Jason, really. I mean, we dive deep on the deep cuts with Danny. So, Danny, you ready to send it off?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to bring you a Slasher's Paradise original, Deep Cuts, with me, Danny. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, welcome to Deep Cuts. I'm your host, Danny. The goal of this show is to give voice to the voiceless, hear from the most unconventional guests, and that is, quite frankly, who my guests are. They are the scary people of the world, the serial killers of the horror movie industry, the slashers. My guest at this time is the hockey mask wearing, machete wielding, forest stalking, lake dwelling, mama's boy himself, Jason Voorhees. Jason, welcome. Hello. Yeah, okay. So, Jason, we have questions, and these questions are formulated by myself, my producer, Lance, who is not here, miraculously. This is a big day, and some of them are sent in by inquiring minds, so to speak. So, you know what, Jason? I'm just going to jump right into it, okay? First question, where's your mom? Oh, sorry. I should proofread these. Okay, that won't happen again. That will not happen again, okay? We're not going to ask you anything like that ever again. I apologize. Okay, so next question. What do you do on Mother's Day? Do you just cry? It's okay to cry, Jason. We do have some tissues here. A lot of people say that Jason Voorhees, that guy, he's resourceful. You have used a lot of things at your disposal to kill, not just the machete, but other things. So my question to you, given the resourcefulness of your DNA, have you ever used your mask as a spaghetti strainer? Do you eat spaghetti? Do you eat? A lot of carbs. Yeah, I'd imagine you're just staying away from that because you look good. Jason, a lot of people say that you are a world traveler. You've been all over the New Jersey area. You've been to Manhattan, Ohio. You've been to space, but you are the first person that I know of to take the term "go to hell" literally. How was it? Hot, I'd imagine. Did you meet the devil? No. No? Okay. Hey. These are some of my questions, but they are from the fans of you as well. So just know that you are loved, okay? And yeah, if you just keep calm over there, big guy. Fights are interesting, and you've been in a lot of scraps. You've been in a lot of fights in your times encountering different people, and some people have gotten the better of you, but you have definitely won the fight more so than not. But what would you say to people who ask, were you embarrassed at all getting your butt kicked by a little boy, little Tommy Jarvis, bald-headed in tight jean shorts? I don't know if the shorts made him more vicious. Hey. Just asking the questions. Okay. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and jump into the final part of this, and that is word association, okay? Where I'm just going to say some words, and I'm going to see what you, sir, what you think and how you react. Okay, starting off, Shelly. Yeah, me too. Trish, Chris, Alice, Ginny. Camp Forest Green. Final word. Freddy Krueger. Oh shit! Stop it! Ah!
Danny, you took a shot there, man.
No, he
I'm so glad that you're okay, though, and you're back.
It's fine. He punches like a bitch. I don't even care.
Oh, really?
My head's still on my shoulders. What do you want?
Well, maybe he did hold something back just for you, Danny.
Maybe he liked me and he did hold back.
Maybe.
I appreciate that.
Just something.
Yeah.
Danny, let's do something that we haven't done recently.
Okay.
Let's talk about a new horror film that just came out,
I love that.
and we were kind of excited about it. We did Slashers Paradise Live on Instagram. We talked about the possibility of this being a great movie. Malignant. James Wan presents Malignant.
A new horror film directed by the wonderful, the super talented, the uber creative, the man responsible for launching multiple franchises. Obviously, that's said because, I'm not naive to think that this person did it by himself. I know that. But James Wan is responsible for, as far as franchises go, Saw,
Yep.
Insidious,
Yep.
the Conjuring movies, and everything from there. And he directed one of the Fast movies, I think Fast 7.
Yeah.
So
believe it was
this and Aquaman. So this is a director who I have the most figurative or maybe literal hard on for. I'm not even joking. There are some directors that I will just, these are the things that he's done. He that are most known, but I have been a fan since Dead Silence, and there's all that to say is that James Wan came out with a new horror film, went straight to HBO Max and obviously in theaters, called Malignant.
Yes. And we were sold on something slightly new for James Wan, but not quite. You know what I mean? We had some of the world-changing stuff, some of the subconscious horrors, and then something that looked like a slasher maybe. And that was kind of intriguing, you know what I mean? A supernatural slasher maybe.
Well, to quote the aforementioned Joe Bob Briggs, who I did talk about earlier, you don't know when you are looking at a new genre be created. You just don't know. And that's paraphrasing the man. But he basically alluded to that. You don't realize sometimes when you're seeing something new and a lot of people's first reaction or first instinct is to hate it.
Okay.
And to push back. And also, but I could kind of hear from what you're saying. You go into the things that I've been really hammering like A24 about.
Right.
You sell someone on a bill of goods, and then if you pull the rug from under them, I can understand why someone can be a little bit perturbed, so to speak. They could be a little bit mad about that. But what I will say is that I do agree that what we saw in the trailer was not the movie. And nor should it have been in this case, because James Wan has been afforded, in my opinion, the leeway, the benefit of the doubt. He has afforded that. The man has definitely flexed his horror muscles on all of us, and I think that he was allowed, in my opinion, to sell us on a little bit. For all the trailers that I saw of Malignant, once I finally saw the movie, I was like, I get it. So the trailer alluded to and wanted you to think that it was going to be another James Wan psychological. They got Insidious vibes from it, that she can see crimes happen as if they are dreams, but they are actually happening. And then she's tormented by a childhood friend that she may have an imaginary friend. So there are things you're looking at, you're like, okay, but I will go on a limb here, probably not that far on a limb, to say, people probably would have been more pissed if he had turned in another Insidious style, another Conjuring movie.
I actually don't mind Malignant. I think it's a cool movie. I don't know if I really call this a new genre in any right. I think I'm not going to spoil it and say the genre that I think it is. But it felt like the studio went, we can't sell this movie with James Wan's name on it. So let's make it look like a James Wan movie, but it's something new, which is totally fine. And James Wan did a great job with this film, and everyone involved with it did a great job. I like the film.
I freaking dug the shit out of this film.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because...
Is it because it's just a mixed bag of everything you've ever seen? I mean, really, you can see a lot of James Wan movies in this. You see Saw in this. You see, I mean, literally everything that James Wan has done is in this. It feels very 2000s-y to me.
And while I agree, I feel that you don't see a certain aspect of the movie in any horror movie. Any real horror movie.
Which one?
The high choreography action.
Okay.
I felt like that in its own sort of way. You're like, okay, I could see this in a fast movie. So yes, it's a sort of melting pot of all of what James Wan has kind of worked on. But like, you're talking about a monster movie, sort of a slasher movie, sort of, that has some really articulate and intricate, combat stunt fighting. It's really interesting because I always say this, and I've said this over and over again about this movie when people ask me about how I feel. When the shit happens, it happens. And I was totally like, oh, when it happened. And then, but you know, at the same time, I was watching it with my fiance, and we kind of both maybe did see what was coming a little bit, but at the same time, and no spoilers, this is a spoiler-free review. When I will right? We're gonna keep it spoiler-free.
Yes, a very quick.
What I will say finally about *Malignant* is that I appreciated a new taste of James Wan. You know, even though some of it was some of the stuff that he's definitely done, and I will say also, 100% 10 for 10 soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
loved the soundtrack.
I feel like soundtracks lately are really killing it. I mean, John Carpenter's coming out with Halloween Kills and all that, and his son's a part of that. But *Malignant* on its own, if you pay attention in the first 5 minutes, you know what the film is. And it's funny because on Slasher's Paradise Live on the Instagram, I kind of said like, oh, I hope it's not this. And you're like, just let it be. You know, I'm like, but that's basically what it was. I dig the movie. There's nothing new for me, essentially. I do like the action that you talked about. It reminds me of a lot of other things from the past. It's just a mixing pot of cool stuff and different genres. And there's some throwbacks to the 80s, which I love, of course. But a mixed pot, and it feels very 2000s-y to me, which is fine because now that's a throwback because we're in 2021. Jesus so here Christ. We are, right? So it's a good movie. It's a different movie. Pay attention to the first 5 minutes. Don't watch the trailers. Just enjoy a horror film. That's what we're here for.
At the end of the day.
Yes, at the end of the day. You got anything else to say about it, Danny?
I just think that you can tell a lot about, and maybe I'll say this. I guess I am. I'm already talking about it. You can tell a lot about what type of horror movie fan you may have as friends based on their reactions to this movie.
That's a great take on that. Yeah. If you're going to test out your friends, use *Malignant* as the tester.
You might have to test out your friends.
Yeah.
You might have to test them out here and there. Okay. *Hereditary* was a test.
Yeah.
And I think *Malignant* could be a test.
*Hereditary* was a great test. We were talking about this earlier. It's almost like a dating thing where you can just be like, hey, you go choose the movie from my library and I'll know everything about you that I need to know.
Yeah, I have a library of horror movies there. You go pick one. Ooh, let's watch The Shining.
Yikes. Get out of here. Danny, I'm a little hungry. How about you?
Hungry?
I'm kind of hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Should we get some food?
I mean,
maybe just take a little time out and just get some food.
Yeah, we should go get some food. Man, I could really go for some good barbecue.
Barbecue sounds really good. You know what else sounds really good? Like chili.
Ooh, how about Texas chili?
Texas chili. Oh, and like a cool summer or a cool October night. How amazing is that?
Throw some cornbread in there.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Got any suggestions?
I think I know a person. quite the connoisseur and an up and comer in the cooking show world.
Ooh, I'm excited.
She's a good friend of mine. Her name is Sally.
Sally.
And what Sally is doing, she's got a new fun cooking show. It's called Sally's Twisted Kitchen.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys should take a look at that. As a matter of fact, I think we can send you on over to Sally herself right now. So
This
enjoy.
is Sally's Twisted Kitchen.
Welcome back to another episode of Sally's Twisted Kitchen with your host, Chef Sally. On today's menu, we're cooking up chili with a twist, featuring a special mystery guest. Now here's a hint, he wears many faces. Now here's your host, Chef Sally.
Hi. Didn't see you there. This is Sally's Twisted Kitchen. I'm your chef, Sally, and fam, I just gotta tell you, I'm really excited for today's episode. But not only are we serving you a classic Southern dish with a spicy salad twist, but we have a super special guest with us today. I've heard he's known for his butchering skills mostly, if you know what I mean. It was corny, I don't care. All right, without further aplomb, let's all welcome our special guest, Mr. Leatherface! Yeah! Yeah! Wow. Here he is. Hi, Mr. Leatherface. Hi. Okay, so, if you want to check out today's recipe, remember to go to our website and, okay. Let's begin. Mr. Leatherface, why don't you just start chopping this onion and then we can use that as our base, huh? You know, just chop it. Yeah, that's, yeah. What? No. The knife. Okay, yeah. Great, good. Now why don't we just add like a pinch of salt, you know, like a pinch, no, a pinch! No, it's good, it's fine, a pinch is good. It's a little pinch is good. It's gonna have that extra twisty flavor, yeah! Okay, so, you know, I'll just add the peppers, all right? Yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah, all right. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Vegetarian burger crumble special twist. Yeah, it's vegetarian. It's vegetarian. You need to live in the now, big boy.
Oh, so good.
This is great. This is really good.
Yeah. Is this from Sally's?
Sally has outdone herself. Yes, this is Sally's.
That's great, man.
So good.
Oh, one of those hard shell peppercorns. Yeah.
Those are worst. Not grind it down, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry. Different kind of consistency.
Yeah.
You know? Some a little different in the chili there.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well,
I'm done with that.
let's move on. Danny.
Yeah.
We have people that have watched Slash's Paradise. We have people that listen to Slash's Paradise, people that know us, our little community out there.
Yeah.
We had a few questions. We've had a few scenarios played out for us. Who wins in a death match between Jason Voorhees and Leatherface?
Well, you know, having experience with Jason himself and taking a left hook, right hook, I'd have to say I'm going to go with the Texas boy.
Woo!
I'm going to go with the Texas boy, Mr. Leatherface. The original Leatherface, by the way, that's the iteration I'm going with, versus any form of Jason's mama boy ass. My boy from Texas has got it going on.
You got some real stank on Jason now, huh?
Doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm taking Jason in this fight just because of his creativity. I've seen Leatherface kind of taken down. I've seen him outrun. Speed kills, man.
You know what else kills? Having one eye. Yeah. Leatherface has both eyes. Jason is like out here like sloth, right?
I'm just saying your Texas boy is a little slow on all the triggers. So
he ran a lot of people down. But the thing is this, it's like a 18-wheeler.
Okay.
May not be fast out of the gate, but you do not want to be on the tracks when it comes through, baby. Let me tell you something.
All right. I would take Jason in this fight just for his creativity, his aggression, and all that kind of stuff. And I think he towers over your big boy a little bit. So
yeah, but you got to get low.
I'm taking full size on this.
Nah, I'm taking girth. I'm taking my boy Leatherface because of his girth. Girth Brooks, maybe.
Come on, sing us something. I know you want to.
No. Nothing came. I wanted to make like a parody or something. Maybe that's something we do down the line.
All right, Girth Brooks sings
Leatherface's greatest hits.
Okay.
I got a girl in a low place. Get it? Because she's in the freezer.
Funny.
Any hoot.
Cold place. Okay. With that, we'll kind of build on that. It's football season. It's mid-October. We just had our chili, our human chili.
It's human.
Yeah, you didn't see the short.
No, it tastes good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It tastes like chicken. So football season, you got your slashers.
Yeah.
What positions are your slashers playing on your football team?
Well, I got to go with height plus leanness and determination and a student of the game. I'm going to go with my quarterback is Michael Myers.
Okay.
The captain of the field, the one and only. I got Michael playing quarterback.
Okay.
Tight end, I'm going to go with height and size. That's where I'll put Jason.
Absolutely.
As a tight end.
Yep.
A little Jason Witten. Maybe a good, another good Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Witten,
Hey.
Jason Voorhees.
It's all in the Jason family.
Yeah. As a lockdown cornerback on the defense, Freddy Krueger. Because, if you saw him in the alleyway in part one, he can get down and stuff and then just getting that claw to knock the ball down. H-back coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Chucky.
Okay.
He's low.
Yeah.
You give him the ball.
I like where your head's
what he
at.
does with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I like where your head's at on
Right.
that one.
Linebacker. Mike linebacker. Leatherface.
Ooh.
Just Ray Lewis getting through.
Again, man, the speed. I don't know.
No, but he can get there.
Okay.
He can get there. Wide receiver. I'm gonna have two wide receivers. I'm gonna have the Fisherman and one from I Know What You Did Last Summer and Candyman. Those are my two wideouts.
The
man.
hooks.
Yeah, they're gonna hook it down.
And the sticky hands, obviously, for
Obviously.
Candyman. Yeah. Hot
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's
I like that crew. Okay.
those are the key key players and key
The key players.
yeah, key players. Maybe Leprechaun on punt return.
The speedster
Yeah.
coming out.
I want a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I got Leatherface on the line. He's got to be on the O-line probably, manhandling everybody. I don't like, you need some leadership in your backfield as your quarterback, especially. Mike doesn't have it, man. Mike's my linebacker.
Who's Mike?
Michael Myers.
There it is.
Was it Mike Mayers?
Mike Mayers.
There's an ad running for Peacock right now. How dare you, Peacock, put this out there?
Son of a bitch.
Mike Mayers out there.
Watch Mike Mayers in all of his Halloween.
In the Halloween
glory.
Kills movie.
Singing Your Body's a Wonderland.
I agree with you as Jason as my tight end, 100%. It was like my go-to. Creativity again, got to be on the offensive side. And my quarterback, man, I probably got to go with, again, a spoken leader out there, somebody that can kind of shit talk the other team. You know, I'm going with Freddy Krueger on
Freddy's
that one.
your 5'8" quarterback.
I'm okay with that. You know, look at Murray right now. So I'm okay with a short quarterback as long as he's got a mouth on him, can lead my team. You know, I like your receivers. I'm going to agree with those. I like the hooks out there. Cornerback's going to be Ghostface for sure.
Yeah.
My H-back is probably going to be Sam. I like where you went, you know, got to go low, got to go small, hard to hit, hard to find. Just like Mojo was back in the day.
Yeah.
I like that team. You missed your cornerback though, or your safety. Who was your safety?
I think that's where I'll put Ghostface as my safety.
Really? You're not putting Pinhead back there? That was like my favorite choice that we had talked about before.
No, you're right, because actually I don't want Ghostface on the field at all. He falls over everything. We need people with he might be, you know what he is? He's a slot. He could be a slot receiver just so he can get his like ass kicked, because he always does. His feet are always flying up in the air. But yes, Hellraiser as the deep safety, as the Ed Reed safety.
Yeah, 100%. What's his move?
Well, he just like he's hovering in the backfield, and then there goes the deep ball, and he's like, "Well, look at this, right?" And then the hooks, and then the chains come up from the ground. He just ball down. You know,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Just lockdown safety, lockdown, and we will tear your offense apart.
I love this. We got to make this happen. Any CGI artists out there, please hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll voice it for you and write it. Danny, you sat down with my lineman and your linebacker,
Yes.
Leatherface.
And let me tell you something about why I said linebacker, because I did sit down with Leatherface, and I saw how quick he can get off the ball.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, like, Leatherface, I have a very soft spot in my heart for, any sort of Texas boy that's been kind of misunderstood.
Yeah.
He's a bit bigger, so I kind of feel for him, and he just wants love.
That's true. Yeah.
And some people show their love in different ways. Some people send you an edible arrangement. Others might just show up at your door in the rain with the cards. He wears your face on his own. So what?
Yeah. And he makes a hell of a barbecue. So, I mean, dinner party.
Yeah. It's all in the meat. That's what we know about him. It's all in the meat.
Absolutely. He's a very giving character. Danny, you sat down with him for yet another deep cuts. Bearing your scars.
Right. Yes. It was a fresh encounter right after the scheduling. Just let them all just kind of line up.
Sorry, that's my fault. The production.
No, it's okay. You weren't there for it. So there I was.
I was off booking the next talent. So that's why.
Well, folks, I did get to sit down with the Texas boy himself, Mr. Leatherface, and we dove deep into his soul and another deep cuts with me, Danny, and Leatherface. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, welcome to Deep Cuts. I'm your host, Danny. Yes, I am wearing the remnants of my previous deep cut with Jason, but that is not going to deter us. We are going to continue our mission here on Deep Cuts. What our mission is to give a voice to the voiceless, to dig deep into the misunderstood creatures, the scary people of the horror movie industry, the slashers, and no killer has been more misunderstood in his time than my next guest, Mr. Leatherface. Hello, sir. Welcome. Welcome. And you know what? I would just like to jump right into it. You brought me a gift. Thank you so much. This is meat. This is meat. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I'm going to eat this later. Thank you so much, Leatherface. Wow. Bearing gifts. You know what? And we're going to jump right into it, because that's what a lot of people say about you. They say that you are a giver. You like to give things, but you also like to take, Leatherface, if we're being honest, as is evident on your face. You take other people's faces and put them on your own. So my first question here is, what's wrong with your face? What? Hey, okay. Oh, hey, let's, all right, okay. You know what? Your face is fine, and I'm not here to judge. Let's just jump right back into the questions. And again, these questions, folks, they're the questions that we want to know. They've been formulated by myself as well as inquiring minds, the fans of you, Leatherface, because you don't need to hide. You don't need to hide. So I'm going to jump into my next question here. More of a cautionary tale. See, I know you deal with a lot of barbecue, and that deals with a lot of meat. But what I do need to tell you, if you're not aware, a lot of red meat is really bad for you. It's high in cholesterol. So I guess my question is, what kind of meat are you using? Okay, you know what? I don't even need to know. It's probably right there. So I'm not gonna ask too much about that. That was terrifying. But you know what isn't terrifying? Love. Love is the key. And when I look at you, sir, Mr. Face, I think to myself, this man is a lover. And we all, have seen your work. You're a bit of a ladies' man. You go and grab those ladies and hold them tight and bring them in. But a lot of us who have loved and lost don't get to say anything to the ones who have got away. So if you could say one thing to Sally, the one that got away, what would you say? Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. It's better, as they say, it's better to have loved and lost than have not to eaten people at all. I messed that one up. You know what? I don't want to. I learned from my mistakes. I am not going to rile you up anymore. We're going to end on a lovely note. What we're going to do is, you and I, sir, we're going to play a guessing game. This is easy. It's a layup. On the count of 3, you and I are going to say what is the best region in the country for barbecue. So easy. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kansas City. Oh God, I am so bad at this. Stop it.
Wow, he's really got a thing for taking out our cameras.
Yeah.
Are you okay, man?
I told you how quick he got off the ball.
Yeah, I'll say. You really got up out of that chair pretty quick.
I have a tendency to put my foot in my mouth a lot when I get in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me being starstruck, but I also owe it to the fans to get deep into these characters' souls. We want to know what makes them tick.
Absolutely.
So I pull no punches. I wish they would pull theirs, but I pull none.
Well, you said Jason pulled his, but luckily, it was a great interview. I think we got something out of him. You got some meat out of it. So.
I did. I'm going to eat that never.
All right. Well, our boy Leatherface is coming back soon. Netflix has just bought the rights to the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, following in the same footsteps as where we are with Halloween, which is a resequel boot.
I have honestly lost count. Here's what I'll say. You can reboot, resequel, direct from this movie, retcon things once. You really can do it once before people start I'm sorry, what?
Right.
So there have been 2 movies after. Okay, so here we go.
Let's get the breakdown up
I
here.
can get this right. I hope I can.
Good luck.
So there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I say that because only real ones know. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the original. Then there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is supposed to be canon as far as right after it, but it is a parody.
I love it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
One of my favorites.
Then there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which is just called Leatherface, that ignores 2 and just goes directly from 1. So they were doing that a long time ago. Then there was 4, the new generation, which I don't know what the hell it is or where it came from or what it falls in line with.
Had some great stars in it, though.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger are in it. Okay, so then after that, they went on a little bit of a hiatus. That was in the 90s. So in 2003, there was the remake, the official reboot with Jessica Biel. And I love that movie.
Me too.
I think it's
It
fantastic.
was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I think it's great. The Andrew Bryniarski, the guy that they get for Leatherface.
It's terrifying. Found
Latimer.
footage, everything about that. Very gritty, very dark.
Also, let's just go back to the football thing real quick. The guy who plays Leatherface in the remake is Latimer from the program, and he was the defensive end.
Place at the table. Starting defense.
You know, so I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Leatherface does belong in the defense. Anyway.
Maybe.
Okay, so then after that, they made Texas Chainsaw the prequel, the beginning,
yes.
which was a prequel to the remake. So they had all the characters, or a lot of the characters that you saw in the remake, but used, just did a prequel to it.
And origins of Leatherface, sort of.
Of the Leatherface that we knew.
Yes.
Right? Then after... Fuck, I knew I was going to mess it up. Okay, so then after that, there was Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yes.
I think that's the one that they said direct from sequel to part one.
From part one. From 1974, 3,
Okay.
4.
Then there was just Texas Chainsaw.
Which was?
I'm lost at this point, dude.
That was... No, you're right. No, keep going.
And I think right after, and I don't know what sequel that is. And then there was just Leatherface recently.
Yes.
That was the most recent one.
But that was
a super prequel of like him as a kid and shit.
But that was a super prequel to the...
Original.
Was it to the original or was it to the new reboots?
Here's what I'm saying.
That's what I thought because that's kind of what it looked like to me.
Right. Okay. Well, here's what I'll say about all that bullshit. Is that you can overdo it, which this franchise has done too many times. You're talking about, so when you say this is a direct sequel to that, if you want to say, well, Halloween does it, well, no, really not. Halloween has, a period of time, then another period of time, that they're all forward. The only time that they've said this is a direct sequel from something is twice. H2O and now the new Halloween 2018. We have sequels that were being ignored well before they were finished doing sequels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we have now is the new Texas Chainsaw, which is a direct sequel from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974-ish. Yeah, okay.
3, 4. I forget.
And going to be streaming exclusively on Netflix.
And I believe this is yet again something that was already made and Netflix bought. So now Netflix is kind of Netflixing it and adding some stuff or kind of reshoots and all that kind of good stuff. What has happened, and we've talked about this a lot on our podcast, is the rights of Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre starts slipping through and a new studio gets in and goes, well, we can make enough money off of this to just throw out another movie. So poor Leatherface gets thrown into all these different movies and all these different timelines and all this crap. So now he's coming to Netflix with a very ambiguous release date of 2021, maybe October. We're already here. I've seen zero advertising for it. There's been one kind of poster, which is like somebody did
it's like a
watercolor
right?
of kind of it's like a nose and an eye kind of thing. So that's where we are with Mr. Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Would you be excited for another one?
Yeah, I mean,
what would you do with it?
Well, first of all, let me just also say this. There was, I believe it was CM Punk who said when all the new Star Wars spin-offs and our own chapters and all that stuff and all this like Star Wars content that was happening, he said something that I was like, yes, absolutely. He said, the nerds won. We're getting more content. Mm-hmm. I will never say stop giving me content. I know you have said something about certain titles and properties in the horror movie franchise before
Halloween.
About like just let it die.
Halloween.
And I am not that person because let me tell you, when you fought and wanted something so bad, so much for so long, and then now you're getting it, I want them to tell me when it's done. I'm never going to tell them when it's done. I'll tell them when it's done if I ever stop buying tickets to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last night, it was last night. I was just on YouTube, just looking for, whatever, just looking at stuff. I was just trying to kill time before I went to bed. And I saw a compilation of videos of reaction videos, YouTubers who do reactions to, and this was the whole pretty much final Mandalorian scene of the newest season.
Yikes. Okay.
And here's what I'll say. I am not a Star Wars fan nerd, and nerd is used in a positive light nowadays. I will call myself a Halloween nerd. Yes, I am. Seeing how these people were affected by this lore being brought to them, and in a way that was like, oh my gosh, yes, we've been wanting this and all that stuff. I kind of like felt for them in like, I know what that feels like. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm looking forward to it anytime I get a new horror movie from these icons of yesteryear, and they kind of pay homage and they give you little things. You're like, oh, what if this ever happened? And then they give you that what if. It's like that awesome moment for yourself as just, yeah, we're like horror movie nerds. We appreciate this stuff. Yes, I could do something different, but at the end of the day, I am appreciating art. At the end of the day, I'm appreciating these filmmakers taking a stab at a beloved character that is beloved in a different way. This is not Luke Skywalker. We're talking about a big Texas boy with a chainsaw who likes to hack up people and eat them and wear them.
There's a lot of love with that Texas boy, though.
But for real. So I guess what I'll say is like, I'm okay with it. I think nostalgia is always going to sell. And if anything, I would love to just, because I don't know if there was much that needed to be said after the original, like Halloween, like maybe Friday the 13th as well. There wasn't really a lot that you had to say after the original. It's been said, you know?
Well, I mean, Texas 2 said a whole lot about the horror genre. So, I mean, I love Texas 2. I mean, what you were kind of saying is like Halloween, I think just let it die because I love where it went. I love where it ended. I would have loved to see one like real good button, but we never got that. So now we got to reboot it. We got to do all this new stuff with it. As far as Texas goes, it's fun. It's fun to have our icons sometimes. I think these guys need a rest every once in a while and bring them back. Remember, I've talked about this a lot, is upcoming horror movies. I used to follow it like daily and refresh and try to find out more. So an old concept for Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a modern day Leatherface in the suburbs of Texas, kind of going house to house and kind of tearing stuff up, and maybe not quite as mentally ill or whatever, condition we're going to give him. So it was like something new, you know what I mean? It was a little more like, it's supposed to be like a neon kind of thing going on, more like suburban / metro area, something different. If you're going to do it, I would be down with that. And then you reboot it and start all over again. But I just think sometimes it's just too much. And that's where I'm at. But Danny does not agree. Yeah.
Not me.
You'll just take it. No matter what, good, bad, ugly.
The nerds won.
Doesn't matter.
Like the man said, the nerds won. Like we're getting it. Like I wanted it. I remember waiting time and time again for new stuff to come out of Halloween, and like I wanted more in depth. Like when those comic books came out, like all that stuff was awesome. And then you can have your reactions to all of it, but but having the content ultimately is what I think me and a lot of people who have this sort of like, high intensity fandom want. Essentially, we want it. We'll pay for it, and then we'll discuss it because that's just what makes us tick. We appreciate it.
I guess I'm more of the book nerd where I'm like, just give me one great story and I'll reread that story over and over and over and over again and I'll love it.
But
you know what I mean?
You can reread those stories.
I know. And I hate your stupid point because it always washes out my point. But
I'm sorry, man. But like it's a healthy point so that you're not hating other things and it never ever takes away from what it meant to you. So like, yes, I am with you. I can back you up, and that you can never watch any of the remakes or any of the reboots or anything like that. I will be on board with that for you, and I will support you in that.
But my ass is going to be in that theater.
I know.
I'm still going to go.
I know.
And I'll probably be disappointed, but we'll see.
But we live for it. Those are the moments, man. We live for it, and that's what keeps us going. That we can... we could sit here how many odd years later and talk about how terrible Friday the 13th 5 was. And, people can then come back and love things that were panned originally, like Halloween 3, These are the fun things about this genre and the abundance of it.
And everything we love. All right, that's enough from us from Slasher's Paradise. We're going to head back to HorrorTown Video with Danny for a suggestion for the weekend. But before then, remember to
lock your doors,
bolt your windows,
and avoid those hard-shelled peppercorns.
HorrorTown Video. Yes, I have it right here. Your movie is due back in 7 days. Yes. It's your movie's just due back at the end of the week. Yeah. Okay. You didn't get that reference? No? Okay. I hate you. Sorry. Hi. Welcome to HorrorTown Video. You need a movie recommendation? All right. I mean, we have a plenty in the shelves there, but this is the shelf for you. It's a pick of the staff, little secret stash that we have. Sleepaway Camp. That's what you're watching next. This movie's got it all right? It's a 1983 slasher film starring Felicia Rose. It's got short shorts, identity crisis, a whodunit, bodybuilding camp counselors, and high-stakes softball. I mean, what's not to love? I think the first time I saw this movie, I was very inebriated, and I loved it a lot. Then when I watched it again sober, I didn't like it as much. And that's exactly where I want horror movies to live. Well, do I have to be drunk to watch it or not? Anyway, you are going to love this. There was something else I was going to say. Yes, I'm sure of it. Oh! Get ready for that surprise ending. It'll make sense. Take that, all right? Enjoy it. If you don't enjoy this, come back and see Lance to turn in your HorrorTown Video membership card because you are a jackass. I'm kidding. I will kill you if you don't like this movie. Don't be scared. See ya. HorrorTown Video. Yes. Yes, all our movies are horror movies. Yes, we have Simon Birch.